This is Cardboard Convos, the podcast where trading card expert Tony Reed breaks down the world of buying, selling, and trading cards. Whether you're new to the hobby or chasing the next big pool, Tony's got the insights to help you level up your collection.
This is Tony Reed back with a new episode of Cardboard Convos with Tony Reed. We are on location. We have a very special episode, one that's been the better part of a year in the making. We drove 10 hours to come see Lori. How are you doing?
I am good, and good morning to you.
Good morning. So we spent some time with you. Lovely place, lovely home, lovely experience with you.
Thank you.
But for the people that have no idea what we're doing, what is it that made us drive 10 hours to come see you?
You wanted to make sure I wasn't a crazy Michigan lady telling you that I've been collecting for 30 years, that I lived around the block from Michael Jordan, and this is what I have, and it's time to find some new homes for my merch and to spread the joy to other people. And I think that you were like a little kid in a candy store, and that I am totally legit.
Yeah, confirmed, definitely. So we've had conversations, like I said, texts, phone calls for the better part of a year. So we're finally here. But before we go any further, can you just tell us what we're sitting on here and the history behind the love seat and the couch?
So, yes, this is MJ's. This is pictured in rear ear. This is his media center. The couch, the love seat, and the two ottomans, and the matching pillows. The people that bought, was another Michael, that bought MJ's house. Okay, MJ sold the contents to Michael for 1 penny. And they did something I can't remember exactly, but Michael Jordan's lawyers zoomed in on them, and they could not do what they were doing, selling on eBay. And I went in there and negotiated and bought his furniture at a time I could not afford it. Oh my God, I was going through a divorce. Somehow or another, I did it knowing that this is the only furniture of Michael's. This was his first house in Highland Park. Amazing. That he bought. I know he sold it in 1996 to go to the mansion in the other part of Highland Park, the Rio mansion. So I'm not quite sure as when he bought this, if it was in the late 80s or the 90s. Okay.
Yeah. And in our conversations over the better part of a year, you shared some just amazing stories, personal, anecdotes with Michael, countless interactions. Do you have maybe a favorite moment with Michael, an interaction? We know you have enough to write a book, but is there a favorite moment that maybe puts everything into perspective or gives like an essence of MJ?
Wow.
I've heard it's unbelievable. It's like a movie.
May I tell a couple?
Sure.
Okay. So there was one, he was just so easy to talk to. I mean, he was bigger than Santa Claus, but he was, no matter what we hear, about him, he just sat there and schmoozed with me. There was one time that I was selling this protein drink, and I brought one to him, and he's sitting in his Maserati, and I'm just right outside the window, and I'm going, Michael, look what I'm doing right now. I said, you need to try this, or take it to the sports trader. This is invented by the same doctor scientist that invented Gatorade. And he listened and he listened. He says, Lori, thank you for thinking of me, but I don't think so. I mean, it was just so polite. Another time was Christmas Eve. It was snowy. They were at that time they were practicing at the Berto Center, and he just had his third. I think Jasmine is the youngest. Jasmine, his daughter, was just born, and I was bringing him a baby present. At that time, I was repping these. They're called tuzzles, and they're 12 by 12 puzzles, but the letter is a cutout, punches out. So I brought him Jazmine, or is it JAS? Whatever. Okay, and all packaged up, and it was perfect. I had my 7-year-old daughter with me. It's blurry. It's just snowing, icky, and as we're walking up, I see Michael and Mr. Jordan walking out of the back door with their cigars, okay, and all I said is, "Hey, Michael, I'm Mr. Jordan, and I just wanted to give you a baby present," and that's it. He said, "Lori," he said, "thank you so much. That's so thoughtful," and I gave it to him, wished him Merry Christmas, turned around, and went back to the car with a little interruption from a policeman that wanted to arrest me for bothering Michael. "It's people like you that do this." I said, "No, it's not people like me, okay? I did not bother Michael. I gave him a gift for his baby, okay? And I'm one of the people that gets autographs and then donates them to the fundraisers,
Yeah.
okay? Then he backed down from arresting me. Okay.
That's good. That's good news.
Okay. Here's another little story. Okay. Hold that.
I can hold this.
Okay. So I taught tennis, and at one time I was working at Bannockburn, but I also would come upstairs, bartend for parties, or wait on certain tables. So my buddy, who was also the manager, goes, "Lori, can you go take Michael Jordan's table?" And I said, "No, not really," because Michael never came in. Juanita was there with the boys all the time. Okay, and I turned around and I said, "Oh my goodness, it really is him." I said, "No problem, I got Michael." I walked over to the table, and MJ goes, "Oh my God, it's you. You're everywhere, but I haven't seen you in a while." I said, "Michael, I'm not the one that took off and went to Birmingham, Alabama." He goes, "Touche." So I took their order. They had lunch, the kids and Juanita and Michael. But I just happened, as I was clearing the table, take Michael's beer glass and his fork and his beer bottle and then the check. And he was so generous because they automatically tipped, but he left more. And then I took the receipt, I made copies, and I sold it for $100 a piece. Just kidding. I made copies and I gave them away. Okay.
What a unique piece. That's so cool. I know you're sitting by something. That's one of the first stories you told me.
Okay.
The item you have next to you there is one of the most unique stories and ideas and pieces of memorabilia too.
So Michael knew what I did. Michael knew I was into philanthropy. So I would, like one time I walked up with 6 basketballs in my hand, and the news was there, and he goes, "Hold on one second." Okay. And he just signed all of them because I was donating them to the churches, the schools, the temples, the hospitals. Okay. But I'd really asked Michael for anything for myself. So I had this gorgeous calendar. I think it was a 16 by 20. And of course, Michael was in every month. There's 12 months. I said, "Michael, can you please sign these?" He goes, "All of them?" I said, "Please, for me. I don't ever ask you, okay?" And he did. And then I framed every single one of them. And this one needs to be fixed, but it's still beautiful.
Absolutely. I know, I mean, that's literally the tip of the iceberg. You've had connections where you purchased, game used jerseys, shooting shirts, obviously sneakers. And there's a few pair on the table that I thought were absolutely unique and really cool and just kind of caught my my eye immediately. So I was going to go through a few of those. Anyone that's a basketball fan that knows anything, that's a pretty instantly recognizable shoe and signature and just style. So that's the Rodman, both shoes are signed. Gamers, of course, the playoff game 5/13/98. So game worn playoff signed by the Worm. It was a win against the Hornets. So just like amazing piece of history, truly basketball history right there. So a pair of Worm gamers. Next we'll move on here. Again, just
How good do they smell?
I'm not going there. I didn't get them that close.
No, they smell like roses. Okay.
So another pair, again, Scottie Pippen, dual signed, his Zooms. These were NBA Finals worn, again, in the Jazz series in 97. Game 3, I believe it was. Just absolute piece of history. At the time, I'm not sure if it still stands, but it was the biggest blowout, biggest lopsided win in NBA Finals history. So it's not just MJ. I mean, it's a wide array of MJ gear, and you have to stand up to get to the other pair. This, just an amazing piece of history here. Obviously, we all know the Jordans. And even on the tag, Jordan sneakers from 12/9/97 versus the Knicks. It's when Jordan surpassed the 27,000 point plateau and eventually passed Moses Malone in the game as well on the all-time scoring list. So just unimaginable history here in my hands. I feel like Wayne's World, where you're like, I'm not worthy. We're not worthy to hold those. So, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's just breathtaking stuff all around. Lori is looking for a good home for a lot of it. I mean, if there's a Jordan shooting warm-up shirt and outfit in the background, it's quite a day here. Literally 97, 98, Michael Jordan, full warm-ups. Just absolutely breathtaking.
And then they have it inside the pants.
Just absolutely
there.
Breathtaking, tags, everything attached. I probably shouldn't be touching these with my bare hands, but here we are. Are you kidding me? Look at that. This absolute breathtaking item after breathtaking item. So, yeah, Lori, I guess we can close it out with what message would you want to send? Is the ultimate goal to just try and find a home for the vast majority of this? Kind of be a steward or a shepherd to the next round of collectors or? Well,
of course, I have a few of my favorites that I will hang on to, but there's just so many items because from baseballs to there's not just Jordan, but yeah, Michael signed a golf ball. He signed a baseball. He signed a baseball bat. So, and the magazines and the 8x10s. So just trying to figure out the best way to liquidate, to move most of this. Some I'm even thinking, okay, the smaller collections, maybe donating it, okay? Because it's going to be a lot of work. And as I said, I've sat on this for 30 years, and it took me the good part of this whole year, every weekend, inventorying, labeling, packaging them, and uploading to an Excel sheet. So it's been quite a journey, and I just would like to sort of end that journey for right now and find a happy ending.
Yeah. We'll do everything we can to help you find that happy ending. And again, this has got to be one of the most unique private, Michael Jordan collections, especially now with everything being so hot. It's just for example, everything's bagged, organized, labeled. 1997, June 4th, NBA Finals home game, Bulls versus the Jazz. MJ scored 38, and he signed this photographer's penny after the game. I mean, again, you can see without getting out of there, 97 finals, MJ's signature adorning it. I mean, just there's so many really cool, unique items, one-of-a-kind items. And like I said to Lori and to Chad, for whatever reason, that receipt just speaks to me. It's just one of the cooler pieces. Again, gamers, warm-ups, player worn. Just unique item after unique item. So we're going to do our best to help Lori navigate this. And
that is another one of my favorites. Okay, these are Michael's red and black Jumpmans. Okay, just like the flu game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to do a little more research, photo matching, but I do have these. The signature is authenticated.
Yep, JSA cert. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you could see right here the worn, being definitely worn, definitely Michael's, but we trying to figure out exactly what game from to see if what I was told was true. Whatever. Again, we gotta dig deeper into these, but these are gorgeous. This is my pride and joy. Okay, I love these.
Fantastic. I think that's a wrap. We have a lot of work to do, but all in a good way. But thank you for having Chad and I into your home. Thank you for trusting us with this process, and we'll do whatever we can to help it move forward.
You're so welcome, and I hope that this is a fun and lucrative partnership.
Yeah, that's a wrap. That's all we got.